Good morning, first graders. So I am trying a new, different way to hopefully record that will be better than it was yesterday. Sorry for the delay this morning. The other way that I did it, I cannot get to upload for some reason. So I'm doing another video. So we are going to continue with our story, Henry and Mudge and Mrs. Hopper's house. So in your stuff, you have your words. So we've got our amazing words that we're still working on. Today, we are going to be listening to a story. And in our story, I'm going to have you be looking for that word, or listening, for that word admire. So I want you to be listening for that word admire in our story here in just a few minutes. So we are going to listen to our song to start. And we have our song, Welcome neighbor. So it says, welcome, my dear neighbor. It is oh so good that every resident is friendly in our neighborhood. Welcome, my dear neighbor. Everyone can tell we positively did discover a super place to dwell. So in our story, or in our song, we are going to talk about how when it says they positively did discover a super place to dwell, we know that they found a place to live that was very, very good. And it was because their neighbors were so welcoming and that they really, really are nice neighbors. So we're going to listen to the song and then we will move on to our story. So I've got to run my other computer really quick, sorry.
Welcome, my dear neighbor. It is oh so good that every resident is friendly in our neighborhood. Welcome, my dear neighbor. Everyone can tell we positively did discover a super place to dwell.
Good job. So today we're going to look at our story that we have read a couple weeks ago, but it is going to be our story, Wilford Gordon MacDonald Partridge. So we're going to be reading this story today, and we're going to be listening again for that word admire. And before we start, I do want you to pay attention. There's a couple places I will stop. Sorry. Oops, upside down. Whoop. Goodness. Okay, there we go. So we are going to be continuing to look for words that have our suffixes ly and ful. So this is our review from yesterday. Those suffixes ly and ful. And you will be doing a page today in your book that also reviews this again today. Okay? So here we have our story. So it says Wilford Gordon MacDonald Partridge. And again, I would like you to be listening for that word admire. So I will do my best to show you pictures and all of that as we go through. It says, there was once a small boy called Wilford Gordon MacDonald Partridge. And what's more, he wasn't very old either. His house was next door to an old people's home, and he knew all the people who lived there. He liked Mrs. Jordan, who played the organ. He listened to Mr. Hoskins, who told him scary stories. He played with Mr. Tippet, who was crazy about cricket. He ran errands for Miss Mitchell, who walked with a wooden stick. He admired Mr. Drysdale, who had a voice like a giant. So we just heard that word admire. And in that word, admire means to just look up to somebody, or for something that you really like as a quality that they have. So he admired Mr. Drysdale for a voice like a giant. But we can admire people for lots of reasons. Okay, it's something that you might like about somebody that you think, wow, I would really like that if I could be like that person in this way. Okay, so Mr. Drysdale, he looked up to him for his giant voice. It says that his favorite person of all was Miss Nancy Allison Delacourt Cooper, because she had 4 names just as he did. He called her Miss Nancy and told her all his secrets. So they had a connection with the 4 names. One day, Wilford Gordon heard his mother and father talking about Miss Nancy. "Poor old thing," said his mother. "Why is she a poor old thing?" asked Wilford Gordon. "Because she's lost her memory," said his father. "What's a memory?" asked Wilford Gordon. He was always asking questions. "It is something you remember," said his father. But Wilford Gordon wanted to know more, so he called on Mrs. Jordan, who played the organ. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something warm, my child, something warm." He called on Mr. Hoskins, who told him scary stories. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something from long ago, me lad, something from long ago." He called on Mr. Tippet, who was crazy about cricket. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something that makes you cry, my boy, something that makes you cry." He called on Mrs. Mitchell, who walked with a wooden stick. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something that makes you laugh, my darling, something that makes you laugh." He called on Mr. Drysdale, who had a voice like a giant. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something as precious as gold, young man, something as precious as gold." So Wilford Gordon went home again to look for memories for Miss Nancy, because she had lost her own. He looked for the shoebox of shells he had found long ago last summer, and put them gently in a basket. He found the puppet on strings, which always made everyone laugh, and he put that in the basket too. He remembered with sadness the medal which his grandfather had given him, and he placed it gently to the shells. So here's our word gently. I can't point to it, but down here in that last sentence, we had the word gently. So we had that suffix ly. So that means he did it in a gentle way. He put it in gently. Next, he found his football, which was as precious as gold. And last of all, on his way to Miss Nancy's, he went into the hen house and took a fresh, warm egg from under a hen. Then Wilford Gordon called on Miss Nancy and gave her each thing one by one. "What a dear strange child to bring me all these wonderful things," thought Miss Nancy. Then she started to remember. So here again we have wonderful. So we have that suffix ful in our story. So we have wonderful. Okay, which means she held the warm egg and told Wilford Gordon about the tiny speckled blue eggs she had once found in a bird's nest in her aunt's garden. She put a shell to her ear and remembered going to the beach by train long ago, and how hot she had felt in her button-up boots. She touched the medal and talked sadly of a big brother she had loved, who had gone to war and never returned. She smiled at the puppet on strings and remembered the one she had shown to her sister, and how she had laughed with a mouthful of porridge. So up here we have the word sadly, and again we have that suffix with that ly ending. Okay, so she saw that in a sad way. She bounced the football to Wilford Gordon and remembered the day she had met him and all the secrets they had told. And the two of them smiled and smiled because Miss Nancy Memory had been found again by a small boy who wasn't very old either. So today in our story, we were able to see that word admire, which means just to look up to somebody. And then we also were able to find some of our suffixes as we went through. We found some FUL and we found some LY. So today we are going to be learning a new skill. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my page here, sorry. So today we're going to be working on vowel sounds in moon. So it's going to have that O-O spelling when we see it in a word, okay? But our vowel sound in moon says ooh. Now, if you remember, before we left school, we did EW, UE, and UI, and we also saw this in our decodable yesterday with those three vowels. Now, those three say ooh as well. So we're learning today another two vowels that are together that say that ooh sound. So if you remember from 2 weeks ago, we had new, blue, and juice. And I just picked some words with the examples of that. So all of these have that ooh sound. Today, our new vowel team here, or our new vowel diagraph, has the O-O that also says ooh. Okay, so I just picked some words. They, in their picture, have the word moon. Okay, so you can hear that ooh sound in the middle. You're going to see the O-O in the middle of words and at the end of words. You will never see the O-O at the beginning of a word. Okay, so I just picked some words. So up here I have the word zoo. So you can hear that ooh sound with that O-O spelling. Then we have loop, spoon, pool, and room. So we have that O-O sound as we go through. Now, if I would go into my book pages, I would see that in our story that I showed you, or in our picture, not our story, sorry, in our picture that I showed yesterday, and I'm going to come a little bit closer. Sorry, I'm going to stand up and come closer. So here we have our picture from yesterday. So I can see that in our picture here, we have a hoop. So it has the O-O sound. I can also see that, sorry, I'm going to have to just kind of look this way. Up here, we have a man that is wearing boots. So there again, we have the O-O sound. In the front of the picture, this person is eating off of a spoon. So again, we have the O-O. And then down here we have a stool. This woman is standing on a stool to clean the windows. And then we have this little boy that has a broom. And remember yesterday we talked about him being helpful. The very last one is this man up here has a bunch of tools. So tools also has that O-O in the middle, making that ooh sound. So today we're going to practice the vowel sound in moon, O-O, with our decodable, as well as one of your pages in your phonics book. So I'm going to stand up for this and kind of come closer. So our story is called Zoom, Zoom. And if you're thinking right away in our decodable, the title has that O-O-oom. So I would highlight or underline if you don't have a highlighter. Zoom, zoom. Okay, then down here, this is the only skill that we have down here today. So we're going to highlight that vowel sound in moon with the O-O. Okay, so we have that vowel sound in moon. So if you would, read these words with me on your own book. So we have the word zoo, zoomed, coo, noon, food, hoops, and two. Down here you have your high frequency words that you can read to your parents. So I'm going to go ahead and read our book, and we're going to highlight the words that have that O sound that we talked about. So it says, Luke is fast. He walks so fast that he misses many things. So in this page, we don't have anything with that O. On the next page, it says, Luke went to the zoo. Luke went past apes. Other kids stopped. Luke zoomed on. So here in the first sentence, I need zoo. And in this last sentence, I need zoomed. So I would highlight both of those. So zoo and zoomed both have that O sound. So when you zoom on, that means that you're just kind of walking fast and you're not paying attention kind of to what's around you or stopping to look at it. So look at the next page. It says, Luke sped past snakes. They were huge. Other kids stayed to look. Luke zoomed on. So in that last sentence, I need zoomed. Now I know some of you might see that word look, and it has the O, but this O does not say ooh. It has a different sound, so we do not want to highlight that one. Okay, let's look at our next page. It says, Luke zipped past birds. Coo, coo, called the bright birds. Luke did not stop. He zoomed on. So again, I'm going to highlight coo in that second sentence. And in the last sentence, I'm going to put zoomed. So even sounds aren't making him stop to look, which is kind of crazy. All right, next page. It says, at noon, a man gave food to the fish. Fish swam fast for food. Luke zoomed on. So in the first sentence, I need noon and food. In the second sentence, I need food again. And then the last sentence, I need zoomed. So that was a lot. So I have noon, food, and zoomed. Okay, on our next page. It says, seals threw balls in hoops. All the kids thought it was fun. Luke missed the show. So the only word we need on that one is hoops. And he missed the show because he's just zooming on and not even looking at things. All right, on the back, it says, what did you see at the zoo? Mom asked. I do not remember, cried Luke. It all went by too fast. So in the first sentence, we have zoo. In the second sentence, or last sentence, we have too. So I think that he went by too fast, not the zoo. But let's go ahead and read this together. So I will read it with you, and we are going to pay attention to those O that say ooh. Okay, so we have zoom, zoom, written by Rob Stern. So it says, Luke is fast. He walks so fast that he misses many things. Luke went to the zoo. Luke went past apes. Other kids stopped. Luke zoomed on. Luke sped past snakes. They were huge. Other kids stayed to look. Luke zoomed on. Luke zipped past birds. Coo, coo, called bright birds. Luke did not stop. He zoomed on. At noon, a man gave food to the fish. Fish swam fast for food. Luke zoomed on. Seals threw balls in hoops. All the kids thought it was fun. Luke missed the show. What did you see at the zoo? Mom asked. I do not remember, cried Luke. It all went by too fast. So now, I would like for you to make sure that you read this decodable to your parents and remind them that the reason we highlighted is because our words have the vowel sound in moon that say ooh. Okay? So the last thing that we need to work on today is going to be our phonics book pages. So if you look here, I have phonics book pages 493 and 494. And then your other assignment is to read your decodable Zoom Zoom to your parents. So because I've already recorded this once, hopefully this will work this time, I've already done some of the pages, so I'm not going to do any more, but I'll go through it. So it says circle the word for each picture. So here we're working with that O that says ooh. So this is a picture of a zoo. So I went ahead and circled the word zoo to show that that is how we spell it. Number 2 is a spoon. So I went ahead and circled spoon. This one is a pool, a stool. This one is fruit. Ooh, don't be tricked by that one. Goose, boot, and spool. Down here, you're going to pick a word underneath to finish each sentence and write it on the line. So it says, the blank blocked the cars on the road. Would a moose or a mouse block the cars? Well, it would be a moose. So I circled moose and wrote it on the line. You're going to do the same thing with 10 and 11. Right? The next page that you are going to be doing is page 494. And on this page, I did the first 2. So you're going to use the words up above in the spelling words to write a word that means the same as the underlined words. So number 1 says, she said goodbye in a sad way. So I know that sadly means in a sad way. And it has that base word sad. Not all of them will, but this one does. Number 2, it says, we had a very good time. So what word up above would mean very good? Wonderful. So I would write wonderful on the line. So your job is to do problems 3 through 10 on your own. If you need support, ask your parents. And then you would send this one to me as well as page 493. If you would send those to me in an email, that would be wonderful. So I hope that this one worked a little bit better than yesterday's. And again, sorry for the delay, and we will see you later. All right, have a good day. Bye.